Mother Theresa, prophet of compassion. When a third child was born to Nicola and Drenafile Boiaciu in Skopje, in present North Macedonia, on the 26th of August 1910, they named her Goncha, meaning flower bud in Albanian language. Agnese Goncha Boiaciu, at the age of 18, joined the Loreto congregation in Ireland and received a new name, Sister Theresa, who reached Kolkata as a postulant in 1929 and moved to Darjeeling for her novitiate. After her profession of vows in 1931, Sister Theresa started as a teacher in the Bengali medium Loreto school at Entally in Kolkata. Sister Theresa taught in this classroom for 17 years before she gave up the black habit of the Loreto congregation for the white cotton sari with 3 blue stripes in August 1948, setting out to serve the poorest of the poor. That was soon after the Vatican permitted Sister Theresa to remain a nun and work outside the convent, acting on her request to pursue the call within a call vision she had during a train journey to Darjeeling for a retreat in 1946. To serve the poorest of the poor effectively, she opted for a short medical training at the Holy Family Hospital in Patna. Mother launched on the 21st of December 1948 a dispensary and later a school at the Motichil slum under a tree with the ground as a blackboard. Soon, her students from the Loreto school, where she had taught geography and also instilled spirit of compassion and service, joined the mother. Look at this flat painted in blue at 14 Creek Lane in Kolkata. It was from this modest third floor of Michael Gomez that the flower bud of Boiaciu family began to bloom from early 1949, serving the poorest of the poor, inspired by Jesus' exhortation, "Whatever you did to the least of my brothers, you did it to me." When the Missionaries of Charity congregation was officially established on October the 7th, on the feast of Our Lady of Rosary, Mother already had a dozen members. With 28 members, Mother moved out from Gomez House in 1953 to the present Mother House, from which the 5-foot diminutive nun went on to expand the congregation to where it stands today, spread out in 2/3 of the nations worldwide. The first home outside Kolkata was set up at Ranchi in Jharkhand state in 1959. The speed with which the congregation branched out to far corners of the world under the charismatic stewardship of the Mother was unprecedented in the history of the Catholic Church. The fragrance of love and compassion from the flower bud spread rapidly, inspiring millions from kings to commoners across the globe by the time Mother Theresa passed away in Kolkata on September the 5th, 1997. At her death, the Missionaries of Charity congregation had 594 homes with 3,914 nuns serving in 126 countries. By 2025, in its 75th year, the congregation has flourished to 754 homes in 138 countries with 5,076 nuns serving the poorest of the poor. On this Platinum Jubilee Day of the Missionaries of Charity congregation, on October the 7th, journalist Anto Akkara peeps into the indomitable charisma of its founder. The journalist-author has pursued the Missionaries of Charity congregation from 1990s, including the Mother's state funeral in 1997, beatification in 2003, and canonization at St. Theresa of Calcutta in 2016, besides reporting regularly on MC concerns for international media. the St. Titus Brandsma Award-winning journalist-author presents Mother Theresa, Prophet of Compassion.
What prompted me to dive into the Mother Teresa ocean to prepare this documentary is the inspiration I had from an unforgettable and comprehensive interview I had with the mother on November 17, 1995 in New Delhi. My esteem for the Missionaries of Charity congregation has been only fortified with the inspiring encounters with the members, even in the remote mountains of Nepal and jungles of Kandhamal in Odisha. They have been carrying on the prophetic service that the mother had taught them. This is not a chronological program on the life of the mother, called Saint of the Gutters in her lifetime and honored with more than 700 awards. This is an incisive foray into what lies behind the icon of charity, a prophet in its true sense, who explored and ventured into uncharted territories with bold and innovative steps. Mother set up care centers across continents in lightning speed to serve those in misery, drawing sustenance from a life of prayer rooted in unwavering trust in God without any bank balance. The anecdotal incidents, testimonies and tributes presented here portray the diminutive nun's amazing personality that had captured the world attention.
This is not a commercial textile factory. It sums up the holistic vision of Mother Teresa, who dedicated her life to serve the poorest of the poor, including the outcasts. Would you believe that those engaged in weaving on these looms are mostly fingerless as well as toeless, debilitated by leprosy? A visit to the Gandhiji Premnivas Leprosy Center at Titagarh on the periphery of Kolkata would amaze anyone. To combat the social scourge of leprosy, Mother devised innovative ways and set up systems to provide them treatment, and even chalked out livelihood programs to enable them to live with dignity instead of being forced to streets to survive on begging. The incredible transformation in the life of 40-year-old leprosy victim Prabhu Hansda bears witness to Mother's ingenuity. At the age of 7, I was diagnosed with leprosy when my hands developed wounds. My family members hated me and made me sleep outside and wouldn't let me eat inside the house, Prabhu recalled, unable to put up with the ostracization in the village and reached the Titagarh leprosy home 18 years ago. After his festering leprosy wounds healed with treatment, Prabhu was trained in weaving. In 2012, Prabhu married Santoli, also leprosy affected from Bihar state, to lead a happy life at the center with MC brothers, arranging hostel for the education of their son and 2 daughters.
Look at the design of the saris being woven at this loom, operated by those cured of leprosy. From 1981, this sprawling loom has been weaving the trademark cotton sari with the blue stripes for the entire Missionaries of Charity nuns, along with the colorful aprons and bed sheets for the MC homes. With over 5,000 nuns worldwide wearing the saris woven by the leprosy affected, the mother has also given a message to the world and to those who dread and shun leprosy affected.
Many others, like Sanjay Mahato, son of leprosy-affected deceased father, weave the looms, while handicapped women squat on the floor to run spinning wheels to make the threads for the looms. This is a scene that would cheer Mahatma Gandhi, the father of the nation. No wonder Mother decided to dedicate this unique sprawling leprosy home along the railway lines of Titagarh to Gandhi. While 61 are under treatment, Most of the 378 inmates at this home, including armless and legless, are witnesses to how the mother transformed their lives. Mother initiated the service at Titaga in 1958 on hearing about banished leprosy affected living under a large tree. She first entrusted her sisters to care for them daily, opening a clinic there. But as the numbers swelled to hundreds, the nuns found it difficult to manage the largely male folks. In 1971, Mother entrusted the charge to MC Brothers, opening a residential leprosarium in nearby government building.
By 1978, they got possession of the large area across the railway tracks. A den of alcoholics, criminals, and drug peddlers have built the loom with the guidance of Mother.
Recalls brother Mariadas, who had served at Titaga Center when it bloomed into this majestic shape. With her special concern for the leprosy victims shunned by families and banished by society, Mother set up over a dozen large leprosy homes across the country and over 100 abroad, mostly in Africa. Look at these trees. Even they have a story to testify to the determination and innovative ways Mother explored to carry her vision forward. Father Brian Kolodiachuk, a Missionaries of Charity priest and postulator for the canonization of the Mother, in his book Mother Theresa, A Call to Mercy, quotes her associates to describe how Mother prompted the Indian Air Force to plant trees at the sprawling leprosy home at Simapuri in New Delhi in 1970s. Eager to meet the Mother, the commander of the Air Force Center near the Delhi airport had requested her associates to bring the Mother to the Air Force office when she traveled to the airport.
"What can we do for you, Mother?" asked the excited officer when Mother arrived. "Can you plant trees?" surprised the Mother. Her associate reminded Mother that they were not from the army but only the Air Force. But Mother went on, "I have got a large area and we have many people there now. It will be wonderful if you have fruit trees there. Fruits will be good for them." The Air Force officials rushed to the Simapuri center next day and found it was a leprosy center. There was no water either. Dutifully, they dug up 3 borewells first and planted fruit tree saplings, paving way for an orchard in the open land. Sister Melanie, who had been at the center till early 1980s, recalled that the Mother prompted her every contact to pitch in to build the center, with many donating supplies of building material for the expansion works.
When mother came, know how if all of them are living and how they're running to meet Mother. Running Mother and touching Mother, and they don't move. And Mother never will say, "Don't touch me," but how Mother will embrace them, no? And so Mother brought much joy and happiness in that home.
Said Sister Melanie, who joined the congregation in 1962. As a prophet, Mother grabbed every opportunity that came her way. After the 38th World Eucharistic Congress in Mumbai in 1964, this open papal car, a white Ford Continental, presented to Pope Paul VI by Notre Dame University of the USA for the Mumbai visit, was gifted to Mother Theresa by the Pope. In her ingenious style, Mother did not sell it. Instead, she organized a raffle for the open car that fetched 450,000 rupees, much more than the actual value of the car that went to a Hindu. With that money, Mother set up an advanced leprosy hospital and expanded the facilities at the fledgling leprosy center at Shandinagar near Chittaranjan in West Burdwan district, 4 hours from Kolkata. Structures like this at the leprosarium in the coal mining region, built with the raffle money, testifies how Mother found finances to fulfill her dream projects, even in remote missions.
The leprosy center with 230 inmates was bustling when I reached there on 30th August 2025 with a joint family of 3 Hindu brothers led by Himanshu Shekhar Singh, serving lunch for the inmates. People have been speaking about the inspiring service Mother Theresa started here and how the sisters have been carrying on with it. That is why we decided to observe our mother's death anniversary here from the first one in 2021. Himanshu told me as the family interacted with the sisters. 2-3 families make such visits every month to feed our families and spend time with them, said Sister Dasi, superior of the home, a medical doctor from Poland who joined the MCs in 2000.
Though a few dubbed Mother Theresa as an icon of the Catholic Church, Mother displayed her prophetic character, declining even an invitation from Pope John Paul II to join as a star speaker at the August 1993 World Youth Day in Denver in United States. Instead, Mother traveled to remote Burduria village in Arunachal Pradesh state bordering China. The ethnic tribal villages of around Burduria in Tirap district had become notorious for instant killing of infants, twins, or those born with any deformity including cleft lip or extra fingers. The birth of such children was considered a bad omen for the whole community among the enemy's headhunter tribals, who took pride in killing other tribals and wearing necklaces with number of heads on their neck to show their valor by killing enemy tribals. Present Miao Bishop George Palliparambil, who was the resident priest in Burduria in 1990s, contacted Mother Theresa to change this killer mindset in the region. When he reached the Mother house a second time, Mother looked at her diary.
She had already signed up for the World Youth Day in Denver, which was also taking place at the same time. So she told me, Father, Pope will be there and about 1 million youth are expected there. I said, okay. Then she said, let me see, and said, okay, are you sure if I forfeit the World Youth Day, I will be able to reach Arunachal? Because I have been trying for last 25 years and I always was denied the permission.
And accompanied by Bishop Thomas Menaparambil, Mother made the grueling 6-hour road journey to Burduria. After joining the church blessing, Mother made a powerful speech.
Trusting Jesus, the breath of life, love Him as she loved Him.
Calling for stopping the killing of infants at the meeting attended by more than 5,000 people, including 5 ministers of Arunachal Pradesh government that had threatened even to stop Mother's entry to the state.
Give them to me.
Mother pleaded and decided to set up a Shishu Bhavan at Burduria. Soon, sisters went around villages and families started entrusting ominous infants to the sisters instead of killing them.
We started the work of collecting these children, for which doctors and midwives all cooperated, and so a number of children, especially twins, were collected and the sisters looked after them very well. First group of about 20 went on adoption. The third batch came, the people said, no, we are not going to send our children on adoption because we find that there is no bad omen or nothing is going wrong with neither with the children nor with the families. So they took back all the children.
The Mother Teresa magic had worked and the killing of the infants stopped, while the Shishu Bhavan turned into healthcare center for young women. See the cheers on the faces of Damien Songlong and his wife Agnes and their twin sons Louis and Lawrence standing near the statue of Saint Theresa of Calcutta at the Burduria church.
We are thankful to Mother Teresa for transforming the attitude of the people here. Because of Mother, we are blessed to have twin sons.
Mother Theresa remains the only woman in history affectionately called Mother by one and all for maternal interventions all through life for the poorest of the poor, orphans and even the unborn. When the mother died, the Indian Express said it fittingly with a banner headline, "Mother dies, poorest of the poor, orphaned."
That was manifest at the St. Thomas Church in Kolkata, where her body was kept for public viewing for a week till the state funeral on September 13. Thousands queued up, including tearful orphans whom mother had brought up in life. Holding flowers in hands, a couple of them told me, "My mother is dead."
Indeed, Mother had given new life to thousands of orphans picked up from dustbins, abandoned at birth in hospitals, and even found on roadsides and brought by the police. Mother set up Shishu Bhavans across India and abroad. Look at this gathering of adults in September 2025 at the Boys Town in South 24 Parganas district, where they were brought from Shishu Bhavans, grew up attending school, got employment, and were given plots of land to start life with independent houses. Such was the mother's love for the orphans that when the mother was conferred the Nobel Peace Prize in 1979, she requested the Nobel Committee to cancel the customary award dinner so that she could arrange a dinner for the orphans in her homes in Kolkata with the money saved.
This request captured the imagination of the people, says Navin Chawla, close associate of the mother, in his acclaimed authorized biography titled Mother Theresa. While the Nobel Committee handed over the $3,000 saved from cancelling the award dinner to the mother, the public in Europe, including children sharing pocket money, collected $36,000 more for the mother. Points out Chawla, the IAS officer who retired as the Chief Election Commissioner of India in 2015. Even to the bitter critics, Mother practiced what Christ had taught from the cross.
Father, forgive them. They do not know what they are doing.
With this forgiving attitude, Mother Theresa endorsed what Abraham Lincoln, who ended the slave trade in the US, had laid down. With malice towards none, with charity towards all, Mother Theresa remained a prophet of compassion and a pencil writing God's love on the earth. Prophets respond to challenges and make history. This has been proved in the life of the mother with the 1952 launch of Nirmal Hriday, Pure Heart, called her first love at the Kaligat Temple premises in Kolkata. Jesuit Father Edward Lejoli, the spiritual director of Mother Theresa for long, describes in his book, Servant of Love, Mother Theresa and Her Missionaries of Charity, about Mother rushing to a chemist to get medicine for a man she found serious on the street. When she returned with the medicines, the man was dead. Indignant, Mother approached the police commissioner, who assured her to find a place to take care of such dying people.
"Give me at least a room," pleaded Mother when she met the health officer of Kolkata Corporation. Soon the officer identified the forsaken Dharamshala, the rest house for pilgrims at the Kaligat temple. The hoodlums occupying the hall were evicted by the officer for the mother to launch Nirmal Hriday, the home for the dying. As mother and her sisters, along with the volunteers, started caring for the dying picked up from the streets, trouble erupted. Locals alleged that mother was there to convert people to Christianity at the Hindu center.
If you bring your mothers and sisters to do this work, I will chase this foreigner woman out.
Sister Joel quoted what the police officer told the protesters from the testimony of Roy Chowdhury, a chartered accountancy student who witnessed the scene.
He watched the scene. He followed mother to mother house. And when he finished his studies, he offered his help for mother, and he began to work for mother, auditing the accounts since 1953, and he offered to do that at a free of cost, which he continued for 44 years.
Said Sister Joelle, who had worked closely with Roy as a procurator of Missionaries of Charity congregation, handling its finances for 2 decades. Mother's incredible service at Calicut impressed thousands like Roy, drawing the attention to the unique service. Malcolm Muggeridge, BBC journalist, reached Kolkata in 1969 to produce the documentary Something Beautiful for God, based on Mother's service at Calicut. Later, Muggeridge also brought out a book under the same title, spreading global fame for the mother, leading to several awards in quick succession, including Nobel Peace Prize in 1979 and Bharat Ratna the next year. The global network of lay missionaries of charity co-workers brought in hundreds of volunteers from across the world, so much so even Pope John Paul II visited Nirmal Hriday during his 1986 trip to India.
The surroundings of the Calicut temple looks brighter now amid rapid economic progress, while the number of street destitute have also declined. Yet, health workers, police and volunteers continue to bring forlorn people from the streets.
Look at Prahlad Singh from Bihar, who had been living in the street for years after his family banished him when his body turned uglier by the day. I'm happy here now as I'm cared for, said Prahlad, who was brought to the Nirmal Hriday by MC brothers with distressing appearance. Sights like this with MC nuns giving loving care to those with pestering wounds and feeding the destitute elderly at the mother's first love make Nirmal Hriday a living monument to the prophet of compassion. These words of the President of India at the time, Abdul Kalam, would make mothers' blind slanderers swallow their gossip that mother was abusing the poor and poverty for her glory.
When I think of Mother Theresa, I remember with reverence my visit to Nirmal Hriday, the home for dying destitute as established by Mother Theresa. I saw the beacon light of the love, care for the uncared, and kindness being showered to all. Also, the real-time action of providing love and dignity to life.
Reacting to allegation of conversions, even at Calicut, Mother emphasized in her 1995 interview with me.
Works of love are always works of peace. In our home for the dying in Calcutta, there is great peace, unity, and love. We pick up people dying full of worms from the street. If I lift up such a person, clean him, love him, and serve him, is it conversion?
Those who persist in claiming the motive of mother's service as conversion should listen to orphan like Kailash Bishwas, who continues to remain Hindu at 53 despite being cared for in Shishu Bhavan at infancy and growing up in MC Orphanage at Boys Town, got educated and live in independent house allotted to him.
Mother Teresa's love was like a mother's love. She loved all the children the same, without any discrimination or partiality. Mother Teresa herself used to say, "It doesn't matter if you are a Hindu, a Muslim, or a Christian. You are all my children,"
said Kailash, breaking into tears. A staff at the Apollo Hospital, Soban Vishwas, says he has no relatives but only a joint family of the Missionaries of Charity.
मदर ने सब कुछ माने ऑनेस्टी सिखाया, ये फैमिली सिखाया.
Mother not only gave us love, but she also taught us how to love. She never demanded anything from us in the name of religion. She never said that you are a Hindu, a Muslim, or a Christian. She never questioned us on the basis of religion.
Said Soban, another Hindu orphan in the boys' town.
Totally accept.
This blunt rejection of the wild allegation against the mother came from a Hindu businessman, G.D. Agarwala, close associate of the mother for decades. During a visit to the mother's tomb on September 5, the feast of the mother, 95-year-old Agarwala, moving with a walker, also shared with me surprising information. He had to rush to the mayor of Kolkata on behalf of the Missionaries of Charity congregation with the demand to bury the mother in the mother house only, instead of burying her in the nearby St. John Church as initially proposed by the officials of the corporation.
With that prompt intervention, Agarwala said the mother was buried in the mother house only. That paved the way for the mother house to be a pilgrim center, thronged by hundreds, including people of diverse faiths, to pray at the tomb of Saint Theresa of Calcutta for her blessings. In the morning of the 13th of September 1997, the Netaji Indoor Stadium in Kolkata had been packed to its 12,000 capacity, led by Indian President K.R. Narayanan, Prime Minister Inder Kumar Gujral, and leaders and heads of government to delegates from 60 countries. As the 3-hour funeral service ended with the Requiem Mass led by the Vatican Secretary of State, Cardinal Angelo Sodano, mother's body was carried by armed forces to this special gun carriage. It was another tribute of the nation to the mother, honored with the Bharat Ratna, Jewel of India, the highest national award in 1980, that the gun carriage used in 1948 to carry the body of the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, for the cremation at Rajghat was flown in from New Delhi to Kolkata for the occasion.
When the mother's body was taken inside the mother house for the private burial, a gun salute followed.
Inder Kumar Gujral, who was the Prime Minister in 1997, said about what prompted the Indian government to extend the unforgettable adieu to Mother Theresa.
Just as Mother Theresa gave her love and compassion in boundless measure to India, India too reciprocated in full measure. The mother embodied the highest and noblest values in India's civilization. Values that are of universal relevance, especially so in our age of globalization. While the multinationals sought to globalize their profit-driven operations, the mother globalized compassion and care.
This reinforces Mother Teresa's credential to be called Prophet of Compassion.
Though many such tributes have been paid to the mother, the finest tribute to the icon of charity admired by millions, I believe, has come not from a Christian, but from a communist, Jyoti Basu, the Chief Minister of West Bengal, and mother's good friend. Look at this headline. She makes me a bad Marxist, makes me believe in godliness. Chief Minister Basu had acknowledged publicly that he had been prompted to believe that God is there, contrary to communist ideology that denies it. As Mother herself had said, she was a pencil writing God's love in the lives of those in misery.
Mother remained steadfast, seeking and finding new avenues to instill God's love in the hearts of the dejected and forlorn, irrespective of caste or creed. This is what takes missionaries of charity nuns daily to the old age home in the vicinity of the Pashupatinath temple, the holiest Hindu temple in Nepal. Every morning and afternoon, MC nuns go to the destitute center to bathe and wash bedridden inmates sheltered at the temple on the banks of sacred Bagmati River in Kathmandu, capital of Nepal. Mother Theresa visited the temple first in 1975 on hearing about the misery of the inmates and got permission from Queen Aishwarya to serve the inmates and even opened a convent near the temple.
After the 2015 earthquake in Nepal, I had the opportunity to accompany the Missionaries of Charity Sisters to the temple. Sanal Kumar Basnet, a retired Police Inspector General of Nepal, had sponsored the meal for the inmates on the 11th birthday of his youngest son. As his son fed one of the elderly residents, Basnet said,
"The work of the sisters is very inspiring. I want my son to learn the spirit of social service from them."
Even students doing masters in social work in government colleges had to do internship under the MC service and could be seen feeding the elderly after cleaning up the center with the sisters. Prahlad Giri, the welfare officer of the government-administered Kaya Center, who retired in 2004, told me,
"The service of the sisters has changed my attitude to life. They are angels of love. In 1980, I was shocked to see Mother Theresa removing excreta with her hands. I asked Mother, 'How are you able to do this?' Mother told me, 'If you care for them, you have to do all this.' That changed my attitude. I started thinking, if Mother is doing like this, I should care for them more. But Mother never told me you should become a Christian."
Earlier, the Missionaries of Charity had launched in 1973 this home for the sick destitute named Deenheen Sadgadi Nivas, home of good path for the lowly and distressed in the Hindu holy city of Varanasi on the banks of the Ganges. This building for the destitute home at the Shivali Ghat in Varanasi was sold to the MCs at a nominal price by the Hindu king of Nepal.
The hallmark of a prophet is fearlessness amid opposition.
When the mother went to inaugurate the third MC house at Hinu near Ranchi in 1972, hostile crowd barricaded the road and even stoned her, shouting, "Go back, Mother Theresa." The locals feared that a home for dying destitute in their area would diminish the value of their properties and spoil the name of the locality. Mother did not give up. She engaged them in discussion and shifted the Shishu Bhavan at Jail Road to Hinu and moved the home for the dying to Shishu Bhavan.
During my 1995 interview with the mother, I raised the critics' claim that the motive of her service was conversion. Listen to what Mother said.
Nobody can convert you except God. Nobody can change your religion unless you want to, and God gives you the grace. It is between you and God alone. Nobody can force you.
When I sought the mother's response to her critics within the church, who alleged that she was perpetrating poverty by acts of charity, instead of trying to end it with a liberative approach to improve their social exploitation, Mother remained calm.
I cannot speak about other congregations. I can only speak of my own. Each one is trying to do something in their own way. There are others who take up that role. I have no time to spend for that. My path is clear. I see somebody dying, I pick him up. I find somebody hungry, I give him food. He can love and be loved. I don't look at his color. I don't look at his religion. I don't look at anything. Every person whether he is Hindu, Muslim, or Buddhist, he is my brother, my sister.
This response of Mother Teresa during my interview was cited by world's premier Time magazine among Mother's 10 best quotes in its supplement when the Mother was canonized on September 4, 2016.
A visit to Premdan at Entally with over 300 inmates would amaze anyone with a sense of compassion. The way the elderly men and women and the sick are cared for, with even regular volunteers pitching in like this, remind the world of the unique path Mother has laid out. On Sundays, Ashadan near Howrah railway station, run by the Missionaries of Charity Fathers, offers homeless people opportunity to have shower, get fresh clothes and hot meal from the nuns and MC seminarians who otherwise spend time in regular classes. Look at this young seminarian spoon-feeding a leprosy victim without both palms, ushering him into the challenging Missionaries of Charity life. The Missionaries of Charity Fathers, the youngest branch in the MC tree, was instituted by the Mother in 1984 with Father Joseph Langford as its co-founder. The MC Fathers have around 43 members running 30 homes in 8 countries with its generalate in Mexico.
This Navajivan New Life Center near the congested Howrah area was managed by half a dozen MC brothers exclusively for men mentally and physically challenged. The center with over 80 inmates bears abundant testimony to the visionary Mother. In 1963, Mother launched the MC Brothers Wing under the stewardship of Brother Andrew, an Australian Jesuit, Father Ian Travers Ball, for the exclusive male wing of men to serve critically ill men and reach out to those in challenging situations like drug addicts, where the sisters could not enter.
Without any special vestment, the brothers are identifiable only by the tiny crucifix pinned to their shirts.
You don't look different from them by wearing a particular habit, no? So it is easy actually for us to mingle with the poorest of the poor.
Explained Brother Rasalia, General Superior of the MC Brothers, with over 415 members running 78 homes in 21 countries during an interview. It was soon after 9 MC Brothers made their final vows on August 27 at the Auxilium Church in Kolkata. Hundreds of MC nuns filled the church at the solemn service, where the bonhomie between the two wings of the congregation was manifest when a newly professed brother broke into tears on MC sisters greeting him.
The prophetic path the Mother had carved out was continued by Sister Nirmala, whom the Mother had chosen as her successor in March 1997. During the orchestrated violence against Christians in the jungle district of Kandhamal in Odisha in 2008, dozens of Christians were brutally killed. Over 6,000 Christian houses looted and plundered, along with the 300 churches, rendering 56,000 Christians homeless. Soon, Sister Nirmala rushed to Bhubaneswar to meet Odisha Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik and reminded him,
"A young nun was hunted out of her hiding place and stripped naked by the mob, and her virginity grossly violated in public, without any help from police present there."
When hundreds gathered on the 3rd of May 2024 in front of the Sacred Heart Cathedral in New Delhi to observe the first anniversary of ethnic strife in Manipur, in which minority Kuki Christians had been tormented, the presence of Missionaries of Charity nuns holding candles added poignancy to the prayer vigil. The congregation, under the stewardship of Sister Mary Prema, who took over the MC reins in 2009 from Sister Nirmala, made a bold decision in 2015.
We have voluntarily given up our recognized status to run adoption centers. If we were to continue the work set up by Mother Teresa, compiling with all the provisions would have been difficult for us.
The missionaries of charity said in unprecedented press statement on the 10th of October. That reaction came after central government made drastic changes in the new adoption policy with controversial provisions like granting adoption rights to single parents, separated, divorced or unwed mothers, and giving prospective parents the freedom to select child of their choice. With that historic decision, the service of the Shishu Bhavans in the country underwent sea change as the congregation stopped admitting unwed mothers to deliver the unwanted babies and leave them for adoption.
But Shishu Bhavans like this one near the mother house continued to care for disabled and mentally challenged children, providing loving care to those abandoned by the parents in the streets, and government hospitals that continue to entrust such children to the Shishu Bhavans. Would you believe that this man, a trained pilot of light aircrafts, had been a polio-crippled boy abandoned by his mother in Kolkata and had grown up in the Shishu Bhavan in the 1980s?
A nuclear scientist from England, Patricia Lewis, had been a regular volunteer to the Shishu Bhavan, and polio-crippled Gautam got attached more to her with her holiday trips. Finally, Patricia adopted Gautam for the dreamlike turnaround in his life. Right from Chief Minister Dr. B.C. Roy, who rushed a car loaded with support to the mother to her government's house, following an advertisement for support in 1949, political leadership of West Bengal state extended unstinted support to the mother.
Chief Minister Jyoti Basu even prodded the mother in 1995 to open a house for the mentally challenged women kept in jail and offered the 7-acre plot of land at Tangara. Watch the cheers on the faces of these unfortunate women, shunned by their families, burying their sorrows, frolicking like teenagers at the sprawling Shantidan, gift of peace, home to over 200 women mentally challenged and sick.
Present Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee too displayed exemplary love for the mother even after her death. On mother's birth centenary in 2010, Banerjee, as Railway Minister, was instrumental in launching this Mother Express mobile exhibition train on the life of the mother, crisscrossed the country for 5 months. If Chief Minister Basu had been a brother to the mother, Chief Minister Banerjee remained sister to the missionaries of charity. That was visible when Banerjee walked behind the coffin of Sister Nirmala, successor of the mother who died in 2015, wearing a white sari with blue borders.
I was amazed watching the simplicity of the mother, who was a global celebrity, sitting on a steel chair, mingling and chatting freely with nuns, priests and lay people, participating in the Prison Ministry National Assembly in New Delhi in September 1995.
No one who enters the mother house through this gully to its narrow door would miss the pervasive austerity all around, with tiny wooden bench for visitors. A peep into the mother's Parton office cum bedroom confirms the austerity she practiced. The Catholic Bishops' Conference of India spokesperson Father Babu Joseph compiled a sterling collection of tributes to the mother in 2003 on her beatification, titled Tracing the Footsteps of Mother Theresa. This is what APJ Abdul Kalam, the President of India at the time, said in his tribute.
When I heard that Mother Teresa was admitted in a hospital, intense anguish gripped me, and I sat down to pray to the Almighty for her recovery. The prayers of many reached him, and she came back to Kolkata to serve humanity once again.
Atal Bihari Vajpayee, the Prime Minister at the time of Mother's beatification, too waxed eloquent.
Her memory is treasured by the poor and downtrodden in Kolkata and scores of other cities of our nation. who were fortunate enough to have been aided by her and organizations she established.
Such glowing tributes to the mother would make those who spread canards against the mother and her sisters think twice ahead. On the 75th foundation day of the Missionaries of Charity, it is indeed worth quoting what former Prime Minister Inder Kumar Gujaral has said.
O Mother, your passage through the planet made a difference for the better of millions of lives, and thou shalt be remembered forever with gratitude. The order that Mother Theresa found in India has now spread to many parts of the world. The sight of these sari-clad sisters giving succor to the needy is a clear vindication of our abiding faith in the goodness of the human nature. It is a tribute to the spiritual vision of the Mother that her order has continued with undiminished zeal the great work that she started.
When you remember Mother, you see Mother keep blessing the people wherever she went. Even towards the end of her life, when she was being discharged from the Woodlands nursing home in Kolkata, she was seen blessing the people. She has been a blessing to the world, and she went around blessing the people. And whomever she met, she gave her business card. Her business card was very, very special. What does it say? It says the fruit of silence is prayer. The fruit of prayer is faith. The fruit of faith is love. And the fruit of love is service. And that is what Mother Teresa did to the whole world, taught the world. At the end of my interview, Mother autographed this card. For me, it's a precious collection. On this great occasion, let us remember what this great prophet of compassion has taught us. Do good to one another, wherever you are. So the best way to honor Mother Teresa is to do good to the people around you by little acts of kindness or charity, irrespective of caste or creed. May Mother Teresa bless you.